We cut to Poppy, and you come upon an oasis in the middle of the desert, and you kneel down
Thank God.
to drink of the water. And when you stand up from drinking this, you look down, and you are pregnant. Your hands now are tied up. There are nails in your hands.
No.
And you are crucified on a cross in the middle of the desert. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Ready, Set, Quest. I am your host, David Guthrie. We've got a whole brand new game, a new campaign, a new people, new equipment, new glasses, I think. I don't know. Do we have new glasses? Let's find out.
I need to read.
We can read. We can see. Tonight,
I'm pulling the demographics in, David.
We've got a very special game coming up, a new season. And with me today, we have Sophie Nell Crafton.
That's me.
We have Chris Jennert.
Hey, hey.
And we have Paul Salimo.
Hello.
Guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Holy
Wow.
shit. What is going on? We made it. Guys, we're playing a new game. It's been a year. It's been a minute. We're playing a new game today. We're launching a new campaign called Monster of the Week, which is this game right here. And it's a very improv heavy, narrative heavy role-playing game where you guys are playing monster hunters, traveling around and killing monsters, hopefully. And hopefully killing one monster a week, but probably more like one monster a month, by the way our schedule works. How are we doing? What's going on? What's your New Year's resolutions? Like, what's the haps? What's going on, everybody? How are you doing? Tell me something.
All right.
My New Year's resolution this year was to get a little bit of movement in every day.
Oh.
So whether that's like walking up the street and back, or going on a bike ride, walking around the city, going to the gym, doing something, just a little bit of movement every day.
That's a great resolution. Actually, peek behind the screen. We're recording this on January 21st, which is the perfect day to talk about New Year's resolutions because it takes 21 days to form a habit. So if you've done it up till now, you have a good shot of maybe continuing your resolution. So how is that going? How's the walking going?
I've done pretty good. I didn't go for a walk today, but I did do a little bit of stretching, kind of like yoga style, which was nice.
Oh, nice.
I've got some long bike rides in, and some. The thing with this resolution is that I'm counting if I have to walk somewhere and go somewhere. So like basically the only time I have to actually try to get out and do something is if I don't have plans in the day. So it's been pretty good. That's
good. Well, congrats to you.
Thank you.
Little applause down here, below camera applause. Here we go, up here. Chris, how are you? Happy New Year. Do you have any New Year's resolutions you want to share, or anything that's New Year's related that you want to talk about that's on your mind?
My New Year's resolution, I never really make specific resolutions. I just kind of like to set up a little bit of regiments for myself.
Yeah.
So kind of similar. I have like a specific gym routine. My big thing this year is really trying to be mindful of what I'm eating, but not mean to myself over what I'm eating. So I'm trying to do intuitive eating so that I'm still eating things that make me feel good, and it's not necessarily based off of like caloric stuff. But I'm filming a feature in a couple months, and I have to be shirtless, so I'm just trying to take it rather seriously.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
Well, if you want to practice on stream, you can take your shirt off at any time.
I've already got it open with my necklace.
Does that go for everybody, David? Or?
Yeah. Shirtlessness is always welcome on Ready, Set,
Join
Quest,
the membership.
Members
Premium content.
Premium content. It's like, do you remember that movie Major League where they had the the GM like a cardboard cutout of her, and every time they won a game, they'd peel a piece of fabric off her clothes, and she was like naked by the end of it. Anyway, we could do that with the membership. I don't know who would.
I think we could get Jack on board for that.
Yeah, I think Jack wants to be naked.
Yeah, I think he'd do that for us.
He's not here, so we can actually trash talk him. So that's good.
We actually shared some fitness tips.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay, that's awesome. Paul, how are you? What's going on? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I don't have any New Year's resolutions, but since starting this webcast thing, it inspired me to get back into acting. And so I've been starting to do student films. I've done 2.
Nice.
And I have a 3rd one coming up in March.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yes.
I didn't clap for Chris. This is also for you, Chris, for changing, work.
Also, I do have a TV show that came out in December of last year called The Artist.
Oh, nice.
It's on the network. Check it out. It's a murder mystery during the Gilded Age.
Okay.
What's it called?
The Artist.
The Artist.
Yeah.
We will check it out. I don't know if you guys saw this, but on our mothership campaign, we had this rule that because we're rolling D100s, that if you rolled a 1, you could get 30 seconds to promote whatever you wanted on the stream.
I was like, do we do promo on here? Because
no, you can do promo. This game is D6s, so I don't think we can have a rule like that, because otherwise you'd be promoting every five minutes. But it only ever came up once in like 26 episodes, like 30 hours of play. Somebody only rolled a 1 one time, which was Nissa.
Who was it?
It was Nissa, and she.
Oh.
Honestly,
and yet we had like 6.99s throughout the show.
so many critical, which is a critical fail in Mothership. But yeah, it was also, she took the time, which I thought was very sweet, nothing I would have done, to promote somebody else's thing, which I thought was very, and she, I was shocked at first. I was like, wow, somebody else. I'm from LA. This doesn't make any it doesn't make any sense to me.
Does not compute.
Well, Nessa in particular is quite the sweetheart. So
yeah, she's very sweet. But she's also not here, so we could trash talk her for being so sweet.
I have no trash to talk about, Nissa. So you can do that amongst yourselves, and I'll be bitterly texting her from the stream.
Wow, I see where the loyalties lie. Okay.
Nissa and I hang out,
Nissa and I hang out.
We do.
Okay. You know what, guys? Let's... I think...
Take a breath.
Speaking of hanging out
and ground.
Thinking of hanging out. We're going to all hang out with some monsters right after this.
We are the guardians of time, defending it against anomalies and aberrations, unnatural evils set to destroy our world. We are specialists who keep the balance, operating in secret. And if we do our jobs right, you will never know that we exist. Welcome to the Watch.
And we're back. We're playing Monster of the Week, and we're going to begin. We cut to a bleak, snowy landscape. It's basically a whiteout. Mountains and cliffs and ridges are barely visible through the white squall of snow that's pouring down. A super on the title reads, Soviet Union, 1959.
Ooh. What are we doing?
Suddenly,
here?
through the snow and sleet, a large and huge figure, furry, white, starts screeching and growling and cuts across frame, followed closely behind by a woman. Please describe this woman to us, Sophie.
Poppy Cedric is a very young woman. She is 21 years old. She is well geared out for the winter. And usually you see her, she has clothes that are worn, but very neat and clean. She has a very tidy brown ponytail that keeps her hair out of her face. And although she's very lean and practiced, she's been monster hunting for too long for someone of her age. And you can see it in her eyes and beneath her eyes here. But the first thing that you will always notice when you see Poppy is a series of 4 claw marks that start up on her cheek and come all the way down the side. And they are old and healed, but they are deep and they will never go away.
And as you're running after this beast.
She is out front. She is ready to run.
Are you holding anything in your hand?
Oh yes, of course. I am holding in my hand my weapon, which is usually strapped to my belt, as well as with a strap across the thigh that keeps it nice and tight. But it is a white dagger that is made of bone. And it is, although a simple weapon, it is masterfully crafted. And there is a triangular obsidian stone set into the hilt.
As we kind of pull back from this large figure and you running after it, we see that there is a mountain climber who has been injured and is lying in the snow. We're like up in the mountains. There's a trail of blood, and this creature,
oh, no.
this yeti is running towards the mountain climber who is laying on the ground. Poppy,
well, I know
what do you do?
My first move must be protect someone. I would like to sprint as fast as I can and kind of skid in the snow. The snow blows up around me as my foot skids through to insert myself in between this mountain climber and the yeti, and
okay.
I either to pull the climber away and roll away, or to take the damage, whatever is needed.
We'll see what the dice say. So in Monster of the Week, the way this works is you tell me what you want to do, and then usually you want to describe it in the narrative sense, and then we'll, if I see that it calls for a roll, I will say, oh, it sounds like you're trying to protect someone. You can also call for the roll yourself, but generally start with trying to tell me what you want to do, and then we'll decide if that's a roll. But yeah, you're protecting someone, so
yep.
We're gonna use the move.
I insert myself between the monster and the person.
So you're gonna roll 2d6, and you're gonna add your tough score.
Excellent.
And tell me what you get.
Alrighty, I have +2 to tough. Oh my god.
Start with snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
I get a 13.
Oh.
Holy crap. Okay,
which
so
is higher than the highest you can get on the
yes.
day.
On a 10 plus, you choose an extra thing. You can suffer little harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
I believe I would like to, all impending danger is now focused on me.
Okay. So you dive in front or insert yourself between this yeti and this climber. The climber's like, oh, no, don't touch me, help me. And suddenly you insert yourself between, and the yeti was going to take a swing at the climber, and instead it attacks you, and you take you take 3 harm as it claws at you with its claw.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
So you're gonna mark that on your sheet.
But
you have armor on?
I am resilient. So my wounds count as 1 harm less for the purpose of the keeper's harm. So I take 2 harm.
So you take 2. And do you have any armor on?
No, I do not believe I do. Oh wait, no, I can have protective gear worth 1 armor if I want. So yes.
Yes, you are wearing armor.
Yeah.
Great. We can figure out what that is in a second. So you take 1 harm. Is the armor worth 1 point, you said?
Yes.
You take 1 harm as the Yeti slashes out of you with its claw, and the armor takes the brunt of it. Your resiliency takes another brunt of it, and some of the damage gets through, giving you 1 harm. We cut to another figure who was sprinting up into the scene, and that figure is Paul. Would you describe your character
to
us, please?
Dr. Ronald Pepper, doctorate in the occult and monstrous things. He's 6'1", lean, medium curly black hair, round framed wire-rimmed glasses, a little bit of scruff, and he wears a tan knit sweater with leather elbow patches because he used to be a professor. He taught classes in the occult and monstrous things, and he lost his tenure because they determined he was a crackpot. But he's so sure
Just
of
like
himself.
Ghostbusters.
Played by Bill Murray.
He has been running a
We'll get to that.
wiki.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We're in the middle
That's
of a
what
fight.
he looks like.
That's what he looks like. Tell me what you do as you see this Yeti slash into your teammate, Poppy.
I take it I'm not the injured mountain climber, right?
No, unless you want to be.
No, I don't want to be. Let's see. I have a Magnum on me. 3 harm, close, reload loud.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. So I want to shoot him. I want to shoot this Yeti. He's dangerous. He's not going to be reasoned with. So I'm going to shoot him.
You've tried reasoning with him. It didn't work.
Yes.
So this is the
Mr.
move.
Yeti, sir.
This is the move. Kick some ass on your move sheet. So you're going to roll 2d6 and you're going to add your tough, unless you have some other ability that changes that description.
Let's see. 6, 7, 8.
8. Okay,
Doesn't
so on a
sound good.
7+, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. I'm going to say that you are. What's the range on your weapon?
Close.
Close. Because you are out of range of his attacks, because he only has his claw attacks, you won't be dealing any harm back to you. So you're going to tell me what's your damage?
3.
3 damage. This thing is already like bloodied and beaten. You guys have been chasing it for a while and attacking it, and it's that bullet goes right into its shoulder. It lets out a scream and turns to Poppy, to face Poppy, and roars in Poppy's face, and it leans back to take a big old bite out of Poppy. But never fear, because running up behind Ronald Pepper is...
Who could it be?
Someone else emerges out of the snow. Tell me what you say and what we see as this character emerges out of the blizzard.
Hayden Devilson comes up. He is about 6 foot. He is ill-equipped in his wardrobe underneath of a current 1959 wool coat from the army, but underneath he's wearing a vest and a button-up shirt, and of course wielding his family heirloom around his neck, his key. He is running out of the woods. He's got jet black long hair, blue piercing eyes, and he's rather pale.
Yes.
And he comes up and he yells, "I can help you."
Well, thank you. Help me. He says in Russian. What do you do? What do you want to do?
Well, Hayden is a spooky, so he has telepathic powers, I would love to use that a little bit to maybe give a push to the Yeti that knocks it out of the way of hurting my comrades.
Okay, I love that. So this sounds like you are...
Is it telekinesis?
So the options here are use magic or protect someone.
I do have the big whammy as one of my things, which allows me to use the power to kick ass.
Use the power to kick ass? What does that mean? You can use your powers to kick ass, roll some weird instead of tough. Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah, you want to use that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're gonna kick ass with telekinesis powers. So you're gonna roll weird. You're gonna roll 2d6, and you're going to roll weird instead of tough.
I got 11, and my thing I have +2 for weird.
Okay, so
Nice.
another 13.
Yeah.
Rolling hot.
Coming in hot, guys. It's a good start to the campaign.
Fuck this Yeti.
Yeah, fuck this Yeti. So this says that the attack has 2 harm close, ignore armor. Okay. So you tell me how you kill this Yeti with this ability.
I think come up. I use my telekinetic powers to knock him out of the way. His claw that was coming down slashes through a tree that knocks over on top of him.
So
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. You pesky kids. So that happens. The tree falls, lands on his head. He falls over and dies. Falls over and dies.
Ah.
And
How y'all
Nice
doing?
move, Hayden.
Thank you. Are you okay?
And Poppy would like to. I'm fine. It's just a scratch. We need to help this man. And she'll run over and fall to her knees and try and apply some kind of first aid to this injured mountain climber.
great. So you are apply some first aid. Do you have any like first aid skill or anything that
No.
would be helpful? Trying to think if there's any.
Oh, also. Oh, we can once we're out of combat. I'll ask about that. Never mind. No. My kind of best things. I could help out.
Yeah, we don't need to roll for this. I just want to know if you had any skill in this.
No, I have no skill in this.
Does
But I have been
anyone-
injured myself very, very many times. And I imagine that my friends have been hurt before, so maybe I have a little bit of practice and bandaging wounds and making sure that they are taken care of.
So we at the scene kind of as the snow comes down, we pull away from you guys all standing around this mountain climber, helping the mountain climber, and we fade to black, and then we fade up. We fade up on you guys standing inside of we fade up you guys standing inside of a large zeppelin.
Love
We pull up into the sky, past the clouds, through the snow, where it is blue skies up here, and we see this large silver zeppelin floating above the clouds. We push in onto the zeppelin, and we see the three of you standing inside of a large office space that
sweet.
sits inside the zeppelin, and you are talking to there's an old man dressed in a suit with white hair, and he is talking to you about the mission. And he says, "It seems like the KGB were doing some sort of radiation testing. And that's what caused this abomination. We don't know what the aberration's purpose was, why it was conceived or why it was sent. But good job, everyone. Another case closed. And this guy, his name is Cedric, you would know, and he is your liaison inside of the agency, which is the timeline watchers of Anomalies and Aberration terrorists.
Hit me with that again.
As members of the timeline watchers of Anomalies and Aberration terrorists,
The TWAAT?
or TWAAT for short, aka Time Watch, aka The Watch. Another case closed. As you know, we need to safeguard the timeline. We need to keep the timeline safe from aberrations or anomalies. Otherwise, the timeline could get corrupted, spiral out of control, and end all of humanity and all of time as we know it. We need to keep the timeline safe.
Yes, thank you, Cedric.
I know I've said this to you before. I'm just reiterating the things that you already know because it's very important that you know. And I think that maybe you just forgot for 1 second and I needed to remind you because you got hit in the head several times. You know where you are. You know what date it is. It's 1959. We're in the Soviet Union.
Yes, I apologize. I did not mean to be sassy. I was saying thank you. I just meant it. Thank you for the reminder.
We appreciate the exposition.
We appreciate your
Exposition. What is exposition?
I'm in explorations. I took notes on this Yeti creature. I will put it into my database of monstrous things we've covered. I took some measurements, some hair samples. I'll bring it back to my workshop.
It's very well.
We'll get it
done,
on
Doctor.
record.
Good. You are the expert, Dr. Pepper.
What do we do about the KGB?
What's that?
What do we do about the KGB?
We don't do anything about the KGB. Our mission, as you know, is to infiltrate and extract or eliminate any abnormalities, anomalies, and aberrations who are acting as terrorists on the timeline. You've concluded and succeeded in your mission. That Yeti will no longer be corrupting the timeline. Things will spiral out of control too much if these creatures and anomalies are allowed to exist. Now, we don't know what is causing this uptick in aberrations. Anachronisms. Any A word you can think of. Assholes, I like to call them.
Oh, that's not very kind, but of course.
Well, you have a problem? Me calling the creatures assholes? They are assholes. They come here and they kill and they destroy and they corrupt just like an asshole.
Yes, of course.
Good.
Well said, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Now, let's get home. And he goes up to the control room, presses some buttons. You see outside a swirly whirly of purple and pink swirls around the window, and you feel yourself jolted back, jolted forward, tossed around. It's not fun and games time travel as you rematerialize inside of sunny 2026. We cut away and we cut to where does Hayden Devilson go when he's not monster hunting?
Location wise, or like
give us a flavor. Let's say we cut to 3 months later.
Okay.
You are where? Where do we find Hayden Devilson?
Hayden Devilson is in Philadelphia. He is trying to enjoy as much normalcy as he possibly can. He is not somebody who wanted to be involved in the time traveling aspect of things. He was brought into this by his family. Previous to him, his father had passed, and so he kind of took his place within the company. And he has spooky powers, so they've held on to him, and he's been kind of unable to leave. But he's also on a search to figure out what happened to his father. So in a lot of his off time, he likes to do his own research to past cases that he doesn't have as much information on as he'd like to have. Something happened that he's unaware of, and he's on a search for it. He likes to keep in shape, so he hits the gym a lot.
So where do we find him when we 3 months later? Where is he, and what is he doing?
He is working out in his apartment that he's subletting in Philadelphia. And every time he does a crunch, he types a little bit into his computer about recent cases that he's been looking at.
Guy of all time.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. As we zoom in on the screen, do we see that he's found anything important?
He is not. He is frustrated, and he uses his frustration to help his workouts. And at the end of that routine, he lays in bed, puts some music on in his headphones, and stares at the ceiling, trying to forget a little bit about this company in general.
What song is playing as we hear it leaking out of the headphones?
He is playing Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day.
Yes.
So he's like a bit emo, this guy.
He's a melancholic kind of guy.
Yeah, okay. So you're lying there as you have this device that sits on your end table. It's a circle with just a red light in the middle of it. It starts blinking. And you know exactly what that means.
Fuck.
It's time to feed the cat.
I'm being called.
The kid said. We cut away from you as we find Dr. Ronald Pepper doing what 3 months later, and where is he?
He lives outside of Boston. He has a small 2-bedroom home with a basement. And he lives a rather stark life. He's a bachelor in his mid-40s. He used to work at one of the local universities. Since he was let go and recruited by TWAAT, for decades he's been running an underground podcast radio show about conspiracy theories, monsters, trying to alert the public of the dangers that are happening. But no one listened. They thought he was crazy. But he knew he was right. He knew he was on. So the government was trying to stop him, and they couldn't. So they recruited him, you see. And then all of his work was validated. And in his basement, he's got like a big Charlie wall with the red strings going and pictures of monsters here and there.
Yeah.
And he started, as the technology has evolved, he started a wiki, an online wiki of all these creatures and the history. And he's currently studying the timeline to see if he can find any evidence of this Yeti that we encountered in 1959. He's going back through the archives to see if we can figure out the origin that may give us some more information on how all of these different creatures are suddenly appearing in the timeline.
I have a question about
get to
Dr.
the
Pepper.
source. Yes.
Was he a ham radio guy?
Yes,
Okay,
he was.
thank you. I wanted that.
him.
Thanks.
He was getting the word out.
So we find him. He's doing research in about this Yeti.
Yes.
And I know as your one of your traits or your abilities, you have access to a library.
Yes.
So I was going to suggest that because this game is very mobile, that your library is this very. It's like the old CD-ROM encyclopedias that they used to have back in the day, like Microsoft Encarta, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It's like maybe you have something like that. Like you have this stash of CDs that like has so much information on it, and you can use those to like it's like, and it's all very like hard to find. It's very hard to find info. Like this isn't on the internet. This like all these CDs
I think he's a fan of technology, so he's kept all of the old devices because you never know what time he's going to end up in, what's going to be compatible or be able to power correctly. So, if he tries to plan and pull out these, vintage Commodore 64 with a little tape drive if he needs to to bring whatever information.
I love that. So he's going through all the different archives. He's got like microfiche, and he's got CD-ROMs, and we see him in his basement just researching things about the Yeti and historical things about the Yeti. And as you're doing that, we on the desk beside you, you see this beep, 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 blinking red light calling you back. Another mission.
Always interrupting my work. All right. I'll put a bookmark in this. We'll get back to it.
We cut from Ronald Pepper to Poppy. What is Poppy doing 3 months later?
Poppy lives in the year 2026, but is actually from the year 1998. So she was 21 back in 98 and is a little bit out of time and a little bit out of place, but there's nothing for her there anymore, and she's a little bit afraid still to look up her own name and her family name here in these future times to see what the history says has come of her. But she, I don't think, has kind of her own place. I think that if TWAAT has like their own kind of facility, she might be someone who stays there full time, and something like a bunk or a dormitory of some kind.
Yes, they exactly have their own version of
like barracks.
Like the X-Men like school where it's like a converted house.
She's a full-time camp kid,
stay.
Yeah. A full-time X-Men, and I think that she never sleeps well, but I think she particularly slept poorly last night, which is a pretty good indicator that there's some kind of mission coming up. And actually what my question was earlier is I have a move called Destiny's Plaything, where at the beginning of a mystery, I roll weird to see what's revealed about our immediate future. And depending on the roll, I might get some details about the mystery, or maybe something bad is going to happen if I miss. So I think that maybe she had a nightmare that was a vision of something that's coming up.
Do the roll.
Okay. I actually have a -1 to weird, so that would have been a 7, but it's a 6, so that's a miss. So something bad is going to happen to me, and I think I've had nightmares all night about that, and I'm probably making myself some tea.
Yeah, well, let's cut to the nightmare. What is the movie you just did? You did
Destiny's Plaything. It's the first on. I don't think I've said I am the chosen. So Poppy is the chosen one in some kind of capacity.
You find yourself. We cut to Poppy walking around in the desert. You have a mule piled high with supplies, and you're walking, and you're so thirsty, and you're walking through the desert. And you come upon an oasis in the middle of the desert. Palm tree, beautiful crystal blue lake. Some birds are there. And you kneel down to drink of the water. As you look up into your reflection into the water, you see like a flickering image of like a child. It's like you as a child. You think that you see yourself as a child in the image of the water. And when you stand up from drinking this, you look down and you are pregnant. You are 9 months pregnant. And then you as you look up from your stomach, you see your hands now are tied up. And you look at your hands and you see that there are nails in your hands.
No.
And you are crucified on a cross in the middle of the desert. And then you wake up.
I think it takes me a second, but also Poppy's been having horrid nightmares since she was a child. This one's a little bit stranger than normal. The pregnancy thing was new. But she's so sweaty as she wakes up, just covered in cold sweat. And it's probably some ungodly early time in the morning. But she's going to get up and gather her shower supplies for the communal shower in the dorms and take a really early morning shower and dress. Just morning rituals. You know, she dresses in like a rugby polo that she tucks into her jeans. She puts her hair up into a tidy ponytail. She straightens her clothes out, straps her dagger to her leg, and she goes out and is probably the first one in the communal kitchen for several hours as she makes herself some tea and kind of sits and tries to self-regulate after that.
Yeah, and you, as we see you through the window, we see the lower third says Buffalo, New York, out the window. We see this kind of large but old house that sits in a abandoned street almost. Some of the houses have closed down and are dilapidated, but this one has been fixed up. The sign on the front mailbox says Devilson of this house, which, Hayden, you would know that your father, when he died, he left this house to this agency to use as their safe house for people like Poppy. Whether or not you approved of that or not, we'll find out. But that's what happened. And so the members of TWAAT use this house, some of them who don't have a home, to stay there. And soon, after you finish your breakfast, a bus pulls up, and with the driver opens the door, and it's like one of those tiny buses, like a half buses, and out walks Hayden and Ronald Pepper off the bus, and they make their way into the house, and they greet you in the kitchen.
Good morning, Hayden and Dr. Pepper.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Oh, that tea looks good. It was a long ride. Care to share?
Of course. And she will get up and very methodically. She has a lot of like little rituals. And she will absolutely make a beautiful cup of tea for both Dr. Pepper and Hayden, if you'd like.
Is she a teologist?
A tea specialist? Yeah,
and I think
bit.
Hayden is rather...
She makes cookie cha.
I like that. I think Hayden gets rather reserved and quiet in this home that he is familiar with but no longer familiar with. Memories from before make it difficult to come back.
Every time you have to go back.
This was your family's estate, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Dr.
Do you remember
Pepper.
playing here? What was your favorite room? There's a big banister coming down that beautiful staircase. Did you remember riding that? I think Dr. Pepper is socially awkward and doesn't pick up cues that people don't want to talk about certain things.
I remember everything
Beautiful
about the house. Thank you. Thank you.
You'll have to give me a tour sometime. I know we've been here before, but I don't live here, so.
Maybe after our tea. Is the tea done?
Yes,
the tea.
Here. Hayden, thank you again for this space to stay. I know that me and the others here are very grateful to have somewhere to be, so I very much appreciate it.
My family was aware that a lot of people were displaced when we would pull them from their time zones. So.
Oh, yes.
Time zones. I like that.
Also, Hayden does also have the premonition feature, which that's also at the beginning of a journey. I don't know if you want to start it at this point or when
you can decide
gets into it.
You can decide when you want to use it.
Okay.
Because that hasn't officially started yet.
Right.
The premonition is your. I'm just looking it up now.
Mm-hmm. I have it pulled up too. If it's easier.
Oh, you picked that. You picked that. You picked that one.
Yeah.
That move. Oh, you picked 3.
Is that like your playbook special?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like my one of my 3 moves. My 3 spooky moves.
Oh.
Do you you tell me, like you can let me know when you feel like is a good time.
Yeah, I feel like when it gets into like maybe when we get to a certain time or something like along those lines.
Okay.
Or it could just kind of be a random I learned from Charmed, you can't always control when you get them.
Okay, so while we're just here quickly making the tea and drinking it, I just wanted to pause quickly and from a mechanical point of view, and because we did our connections and we made our characters, and we've established that Hayden and Dr. Pepper knew each other from this eldritch group that they joined, and they met each other through that. We didn't come up with any connections for Poppy and the rest of you. Does anyone have any history on their sheets that they would like to apply to Poppy, or we can just keep going? You guys know what I'm talking about? Like on your character sheets, it says history.
Yes.
And you have those history connections.
Let me see.
Like just from looking at the spooky, there's some interesting ones here. Like you hope they can help you control your powers. They taught you how to control your powers. You're married. Your old friends. You used your powers on them one time. Decide if it was for selfish reasons or not.
That might be a good one because my connection with Nissa was that I accidentally manipulated her into coming into the time machine to help her. Maybe Poppy saw that. Maybe she was on that trip.
Yep.
And she knows the guilt that I feel with it.
Poppy and Nissa's friends are Nissa's character are friends.
Yeah, so maybe she
works,
knows that I struggle with the guilt of that.
So what would that one be from your
the selfish that she saw me use my powers for selfish or vindictive reasons.
Oh, okay. Ask them. Okay, then so ask them who the victim was, and then tell them what you did. Okay, so I guess you have to ask Sophie this.
Well, if it was
can say
Nissa's
Nissa,
character, I like that. Yeah.
But why don't you fill in the blanks? What did Hayden do to Nissa that you witnessed?
Well, I believe that Nissa is playing the mundane, so she may have been my very regular friend who I was very much enjoying having someone who was not a part of the monster hunting world, that was just like kind of a regular person. And I think that Poppy had probably been working very hard to keep her out of all of the nonsense that she was dealing with all the time. Because Poppy has been kind of plagued by monsters since she was a child. So to have a normal friend, it's taken a lot of work to keep her life normal. So then to see Hayden show up, know kind of not who he is, but like what he does and where he comes from, and to pull Nissa's character all the way, not only into the world of monsters, but out of time and displacement. Was probably extremely hard to see that happen, with using his manipulative powers to sway her and make her move into a space that she had been trying to keep her away from for a long time.
Okay. Maybe we can flesh that out, like the details of that at some point, but that's good. Mm-hmm. That's a good start. Okay, as you guys are in the kitchen and the tea starts to boil, in walks Cedric.
Do you need my relationship to her?
If you have one you want to add, I wanted at least one, but if you have one you want to add, we can add it.
I could add it.
Yeah.
So I'd already been recruited to TWAAT, but for years I've been studying the conspiracy of the Catholic Church, knows about what's going on, but they've been keeping it quiet. And I've been trying to find out why. And I know that they had some artifacts that might help. And I petitioned them to share them with me, but they refused. And I learned that there was a blessed knife at the local St. Patrick's Catholic Church in Boston. There's got to be a St. Patrick's in Boston, right?
Definitely.
And so when I met Poppy and learned about her skills, I convinced her to help me acquire this blessed knife. So she was able to infiltrate and retrieve for the greater good. Thanks.
That is great. So she helped you get this knife.
Yes.
And she used her abilities to help you get it. So that would be, they helped you get a singular item that is now part of your haven. Tell them what it was. Okay, you did all that. Cedric walks in with a iPad and looks the three of you, and he says, "This is it. This is the lot of you."
I haven't heard any stirrings in the house today, so Dr. Pepper and Hayden are the only I've seen.
You're the ones who call us, so.
This is true, but we called all of you. This is a big mission.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you guys can handle it. No problem. And you follow him out of the kitchen through the living room. He opens up a secret door in the living room, in the bookshelf.
Hayden, did you know there's a secret door right here in your house? Was that here before?
It was.
Did you ever
before.
play down there? Okay.
I believe he was not allowed down in the secret door. Isn't that true, Mr. Devilson? Master Devilson?
I was not allowed down there. No.
Wow. The curiosity would eat at me. What was your relationship with your parents like? Were they warm?
Cedric, what is the mission that we have today?
Oh, yes, the mission.
And you follow him down down the stairs, winding stairs. It takes you to a long corridor that leads to an elevator You get in the elevator, closes.
I think it would have been more efficient if they made the elevator go all the way to the top of the stairs, so you don't have to take stairs down to the elevator.
I didn't design
Very
this.
odd design.
I didn't design this.
It would mess with the aesthetics of the house.
Dr. Pepper. Exactly. He presses a button. The elevator goes down. For like 10 minutes, you're riding in this elevator that goes down. Finally, it opens up into a dark tunnel. Painted with all these different images across history and time. The Romans, dinosaurs, the grunge 1990s in Seattle, Pearl Jam, Abraham Lincoln, Obama, all just people from history. You walk down.
Keep listing them.
Keep
going.
Pete Rose from the baseball player who got charged for gambling. Gandhi. You keep walking. Mother Teresa. Rosa Parks. All these people from history as you're walking down the tunnel. Mary Curie. Bob Saget. Just all the important people.
All the important people.
Full House. The whole cast of Full House.
Juan Stamos.
You finally get John Stamos, the biggest one of all, John Stamos at the end. And he's like got his big smiley face and his mouth is open. And then you walk through John Stamos's mouth into
I
another.
cannot believe that we live in the house where Uncle Jesse is in the basement.
I can't believe my parents did all this.
He's my favorite.
Yes. Your dad painted this. Did you know that, son? He points at John Stamos. He painted this meticulously every day when you were a baby. Every day he came down here for hours at a time. You were crying upstairs and he was down here painting John Stamos.
That sounds like
doors.
That explains a lot.
You get into another elevator, doors close. He presses a button. You go up this time. For another 10 minutes. For another 20 minutes. Up another elevator. It stops and you zoom backwards.
These houses.
It stops
so
again.
Large.
It zooms sideways. You don't know where the fuck you are. Finally, it opens up to a bridge. You're up in the sky somehow, and there's a bridge that takes you to the Zeppelin. Your Zeppelin. What's the name of the Zeppelin? Has anyone named it?
Lead.
Oh.
Lead.
Lead the Zeppelin.
Lead the time Zeppelin.
I love it. Led the Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin music plays as you walk down the bridge to get to what's that song? Black Dog? I can't remember the name of it.
Black Dog.
Black Dog, if that's a name, plays as you walk down. So many times we go.
It's crazy that they haven't made any new music since.
No. He says, your dad was friends. Your dad was friends with the band. Did you know that?
You have a lot of time to be friends with other people when you're not at home.
That's true. And I like your positive attitude about this. The door to the Zeppelin opens and you make your way into Led the Zeppelin. It's this time you're in the control room, the debriefing room. There's maps, there's charts, there's tables, there's computer screens line the wall. A big round table sits in the middle. You guys know where to sit. Your seats in the middle of the room. This is the debrief. You've been here before. Cedric pulls a large image of the timeline. It's curly.
I pull out a
swervy.
20-pound IBM laptop from 1972 and open it, and it's a green screen.
I love it.
And I start typing
Blinking.
notes as he's going over the debrief.
It's powered by DOS.
Yes.
You have to type run word.exe.
Run
to get
DOC.
Load note.
Load notes.
Peek. Poke.
Poke. C:\/ format drive. Okay, so you The timeline appears on the screen. 3-dimensional. It's curvy, it's wurvy, it's turny, it's alive. And he says, I know I've told you this before, but this is the timeline. You see
Cedric
here.
is very thorough.
You see here. And he
does
points.
this every time.
And he's just to remind you, it's been 3 months. It's been 3 whole months since you've been on the force. So I just wanted to remind you again. The time is like a rope. Time is like a big rope that has frayed parts of it. And when you make small decisions, inconsequential actions and maneuvers, they branch off in these, like the frayed bits of a rope that just kind of the hairs of a rope that line. But time itself moves in one direction. The main actions and consequences of time follow this main path. And then he grabs a rope out of a drawer and he ties it into a knot. These aberrations.
Poppy's doodling in her notebook because it's like a script, like that he goes through every single time we meet to debrief.
Yes.
She's doodling a sketch of Scott Bakula. As he's doing the quantum leap like string theory discussion, you know.
He ties the rope into a knot, and he says, "These aberrations, these anomalies, they cause a jam up in the timeline, and if they're allowed to continue, and then he cuts the rope into many pieces, it all starts to fall apart. The timeline will be forever destroyed." That's why you're here, guys. You're here to keep the order intact. You're here to keep the timeline intact. And I will remind you on your mission, you must stay hidden. You must not affect the timeline too much. You must not cause anything that will catastrophically affect the timeline. That's how we end up with Full House. And you've heard this joke 100 times. So
Poppy
you
gives a
pretend to
polite laugh every time.
He says,
Love the analogy, Cedric.
"Thank you." He takes a sip of water.
Inspired.
The visuals are quite nice, yes.
He presses a button, and we zoom in on the timeline, and it stops on a particular piece of the timeline. We zoom in, and a date appears. Friday, April 7th, 30 CE.
Oh.
This is your mission. Jerusalem. There has been an aberration detected on Friday, April 7th, 30 CE, inside of Jerusalem. We need you to go there, figure out what it is, and eliminate it without making any noise. Are there any of you that are familiar with this date, Friday, April 7th, 30 of the Common Era?
I'm not religious, but I know that those of the Christian faith believe that that is when their Messiah was crucified. That Jesus Christ, is that not the
Jesus
date that he
Christ.
is meant to have died?
Yes. I don't know what it is or how it's related, but we need you to go to the day that Jesus Christ died. And we'll see you next week on Monster of the Week.
Wow.
Thanks,
I can't believe we're doing
everyone.
my
Jesus
birthday.
H. Christ.
That's your birthday, April 7th?
No.
Oh. Pretend. You can pretend.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Chris
well,
was
that
actually
was
the
fun.
one who was crucified on April 7th.
Oh my God. Well, I guess we'll see you next week and we'll figure out what's going on in J-Town.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.